and welcome to the Global Business Group, where we aim to unlock the potential of international business, providing unique local business solutions internationally. We specialize in business advisory, import and export opportunities, market entry, investments, and funding to help you achieve your business goals. Now, let's get into today's business day.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Business Day, sponsored by the Global Business Group. The Global Business Group consists of 23 associates from 23 countries around the world, operating since June 2020. The associates have handled 250 business opportunities ranging from $1,000 to $500 million. The Global Business Group is a worldwide network of business consultants wanting to improve the business of our associates and partners from around the world to make international business as easy and as transparent as local business. Meet our associates. We're 23 currently. To learn more about the Global Business Group, visit quick.ac/GBG. You'll learn that we have 4 business areas that we're focusing on, which are business advisory, import and export opportunities, market entry, and investment and funding. So to learn more about the Global Business Group, head over to quick.ac/GBG. You can also see more about the Global Business Group on YouTube at quick.ac/YouTube and on LinkedIn at quick.ac/LinkedIn. So if you like what you see, please head over to LinkedIn and follow us there. And our website is at quick.ac/web. So if you're not ready to become an associate, you can head over to quick.ac/WhatsApp and join the discussion on import and export opportunities in this open WhatsApp group. So with that, a quick introduction of the Global Business Group sponsoring today's meeting with Georgie of Le Joyau d'Olive, a luxury all-natural 3-ingredient soap. I'm happy to present to you Georgie. With that, over to you.
Thank you, Dirk. Hello, everyone. So I've lived 10 years abroad, living the life of an on-the-road consultant. And throughout my stays at hotels, I've developed severe eczema in my hands, and I couldn't tolerate synthetic soaps anymore. So those soaps that you find with the hotel amenities. And after having visited more than 10 dermatologists who couldn't find me a cure, I decided to get interested into the chemicals that go into the soaps that I was using. And I couldn't but wonder why mainstream soaps today use on average 10 to 30 ingredients, while my grandmother was able to produce her own soaps at home using only 3 ingredients. So in 2019, I moved back to Lebanon in the aim of creating a global brand out of the ancestral know-how that we have. We Lebanese have the oldest olive trees on the globe, mentioned in ancient scriptures multiple times. Yet we are unrooting these ancestral trees and selling them as decorative ornaments just because we can't make a living out of them. If you look around you in Lebanon, you will see how many roundabouts, entrances of buildings, and restaurants have an ancient tree sitting at their centerpiece. So if we are to find alternative markets to the produce of these trees, then the market dynamics will naturally reverse the trend. Lebanese have created global brands out of their architecture, cuisine, fashion, design, and I truly believe that we can have another success story from our cosmetics as well. So our team, myself, Georgie, I'm a process consultant, process improvement consultant who has practiced in the US, Canada, and Spain. Rudy, our head of sales, who comes from a sales in the haute couture industry, Philip, our chemist and PhD graduate, Rose, our copywriter, Christelle, our designer, and Riza and Nabil, our inventory handler and packer. Le Joyau d'Olive is not just a brand, it's also a legal entity and a trademark registered in Canada, the US, and Lebanon. So we offer the ultimate in quality that competition cannot compete with. And I say that for the following reasons. We cold saponify our soaps out of virgin oils. Our soaps are matured over a period of 5 months. They are twice milled within a 30-day interval, and our essential oils are added post-saponification. On the branding side, we have won 3 international awards so far, and we are currently on sale in Kuwait, Puerto Rico, USA, Canada, and the UK, and Iraq as well, but it's not showing here. So we target health-conscious people who are willing to pay a premium to access cosmetics and who are loyal to brands. And these people, you typically find them traveling both nationally and internationally. They like to read and they brag about being early movers in the upper end segment. So how do we target these people? Well, we are a B2B, so we sell other distributors who cater to an exclusive society. And let me tell you what we have in our pipeline as of today. So in the travel retail market, we are in the final stages of listing with Dufry and Heinemann, both of which are the largest 2 duty-free boutique operators in the world. We also have initiated very promising talks with the Rotana and the Four Seasons chains of hotels. And we have closed the deal with the Phoenicia, which is the most luxurious hotel in Beirut. And we will be featured in their 60 most expensive suites starting February. We also are reviving an old contract, an old pre-COVID contract that we had with Shalhoub Group, who basically have signed with us a deal to put us on the in-flight duty-free boutiques in 7 major airliners. But due to COVID, the contract was delayed. Now we are reviving it, and we will be starting with Emirates Airlines in October. And we also have started talking with Loblaws in Canada. They invited us to meet them in Canada in November in order to access the Canadian and the American markets. So there are a lot of players out there, but the thing is that most of them have done a good job in branding, but all of them have the same weakness, which is that they offer synthetic soaps. What we are trying to do, or what we have done with Le Joyau d'Olive, is to offer a soap that is the utmost in natural ingredients and a highly branded soap. And there are very few players in that area. So our typical sales process, and from that process, you'll understand the next couple slides of what we're trying to do. So when I started the company, it was basically, I would look up potential clients online. I would look up their contact information. I would give them a call and ask to speak to their decision maker. If the receptionist or the person who responded to the call ends up allowing me further, we end up introducing to the decision maker our soaps. And if they are interested and all goes well, then we send them samples via DHL, which will open for us the negotiation phase. And if we are lucky, we end up closing a deal. Less than 5% of the prospects that we identify at the start of the funnel will end up signing a deal. And the cost of one company going through the entire funnel is around $500 if we take into consideration the salaries, the utilities, the samples, the DHL, and the international calls. And the process is long, it takes around 7 to 9 months. And on top of these constraints, we also have constraints that are only available in Lebanon. For those of you who know the crisis that hit us hard, well, basically now the international coal tariffs are starting to weigh heavy on us. The internet is slow. The cost of DHL is climbing, and every day it is climbing. So we have some constraints that are only available for Lebanese companies. So what we're trying to do is to bypass all of these and go directly from the phase of identification of the prospect buyers to the negotiation phase. We've done it last year and it has worked wonders for us. And the way we've done it is to be present at international expos, because at the expos, you have decision makers who come to the expo with a budget in hand. So basically, we'd be bypassing all of these steps. So let me give you an example of what happened with us last year. Last year, after COVID, so mid-2021 until the end of the year, we closed the year with $40,000 in sales, of which $30,000 came from Cosmoprof, which is a trade show that happens in Las Vegas every year. And the other $10,000 came from other contacts. The investment we had to make in order to go to Cosmoprof was $5,000, including the hotel, the accommodation, and the booth. So the profit we got out of it was $25,000 for 3 days worth of work. On the other side, the $10,000 that we got from other contacts, we had to invest around $15,000 all inclusive. If you are to take into consideration the salaries, the utilities, the calling, the samples, the DHL, all of these combined. So we ended up losing money. So why did this happen? That is something very normal for a young company that is 3 years old, such as ours, we're still startup, and we launched mid-COVID. And it's very normal to not be taken seriously, specifically when you're using the traditional sales channels of you calling prospects. So let me give you an example. If you are, let's say, the buyer at Sephora, on a typical weekday, you receive so many emails and solicitations of new products that would like to enter Sephora. What is the probability of you picking up all these calls and engaging in a conversation with somebody on the other side of the globe, specifically when you don't know that person? And you're probably thinking to yourself on a daily basis that you're a busy person, you have a reputation to protect, and you say to yourself, if these people are legit, then most probably I will meet them at the international trade shows. So last year, when we went to Cosmoprof, we only had the bar soaps to offer to our potential buyers. And a lot of the distributors and wholesalers to whom we talked urged us to expand our line of offering to justify the return of investment of that shelf space that they were going to give us. So we listened to their advice. And this year, we're launching the one and only liquid soap out there that is offered on collectible ceramic flasks. And that soap is one of the very few, if not the only one out there that is made of 3 natural ingredients. I'm not going to go into the details of the chemistry of it, but it's very difficult to create a stable liquid soap without adding additives. Yet we've done it. We've been testing for 2 years now, and we've done it. And it was launched yesterday at the Cosmoprof in Las Vegas. So for this year, we have identified a lot of international expos that we would like to attend, and these will yield the highest return on investment of at least 8 times the invested amount. And what we are looking for is for an investor or somebody to loan us the money to inject $150,000 into the company. We're open to all options on how we can do that. It could be equity, it could be a safe note, it could be a loan, whatever. Those are tiny details that, in our opinion, will not make or break the deal. So the impact of that tiny amount that will be injected will be very large and substantial, specifically for an economy and a small country such as ours. We have calculated that we will be able, after we attend these trade shows, to sell at least 100,000 soaps and an equal number of packages that will also be produced locally. And we will be able to supply or source 11,000 liters of olive and essential oils from Lebanese territory as well. And the combined total man hours of everybody in the supply chain will amount to 100,000 hours, or which is the equivalent of a full-time job over a full year for 52 people. And that is a very big impact for such a tiny country in crisis, such as Lebanon. So thank you for your time, and please join us in our efforts to reintroduce natural cosmetics into our cities.
Very beautiful, Georgie, as always. I said it before, you have a great branding. It's a beautiful presentation, and you
Thank you.
improved a lot. So, very nice. Maybe you can tell us a little bit more about the different colors, the positioning of the products. We still have about 10 minutes left. About the
Right.
different the positioning and maybe also a bit about the different um, flavors that you propose.
Yes. So basically, when we started the company, we started with something very artisanal. Yet in 2019, we did $100,000 in sales, but then COVID and the crisis and all of this. And a lot of people were telling us, like, we can see the quality in what you're doing. We can see the quality in the soap. We can feel it on our skin. And it's one of the only soaps out there that is just made of 3 ingredients. Yet the packaging at the time did not really give it its value. So in 2020, when the COVID situation started, our sales dropped. So we decided to refocus our energy internally. And what we did is we rebranded and we went from something very artisanal to something luxurious, and we ended up winning 3 branding awards. So here, what you see on the screen, we have the black collection here is the men's collection, the white collection is the women's collection, and the gold collection is unisex, but includes all the essential oils that are expensive and difficult to extract. All of these combined, we have 11 SKUs that range from lavender, jasmine, gardenia, rose, orange blossom, amber, musk and oud, all of these. And now what we're doing, we have launched these ceramic flasks. Can you see my camera here?
We can see the screen, your camera as well. Yes.
Can you see the what I'm showing you on the screen here on my camera?
I can see it. Yes.
Yes. So basically, we are offering these new. We will have 3 boxes: one white, one green, and one black. And this is inside it what you will find. There are not a lot of players out there in the liquid soap, natural liquid soap, specifically a branded one. There are very few players out there. It's like a new customer segment that we are opening, and it's taking a lot of success. In the hand, so we're basically offering the hand wash and the body wash. And very soon we will be launching the massage candles, the essential oil diffusers, to basically go back to the wholesalers in the US that told us that we have to expand our line of offering in order to justify the return of investment of that shelf space. We only use essential oils, no synthetics at all. And it's just 4 basic ingredients. To some of them we add salt, which basically is the liquid line, because that's the only way to stabilize the mix without having the oil separate again from the water. Because at the end of the day, water and oil don't mix. And that's how we were able to do it. It took us 2 years in testing, but we've done it.
Beautiful. Absolutely stunning product presentation and stunning product as well. There's one question that came in from Manuela from Italy. She asks, is the product interesting for the hotel chains?
Yes. So basically, we started talking with the Four Seasons and the Rotana chain of hotels and the Intercontinental. They love the product. They absolutely love it. And they would like to see it. Specifically because what is happening, there are a lot of people out there that have my case. I've lived in hotels for 8 years of my life, and I've developed severe eczema out of the cheap synthetic soaps that you find with the hotels. These soaps, on average, sell in between 20 cents and 40 cents a piece, and they can even go all the way down to 5 cents if they are supplied from China. The thing is that it is backfiring on the hotel experience. A lot of people are complaining about it. So that's why they would like to go into branded soaps and into natural soaps more specifically and more importantly. But when you go into these folks, for example, when you go look at Joe Malone, Hermes, Chanel, all of these have synthetic, highly synthetic recipes that range between 10 and 30 ingredients. And Dirk, we've looked at the ingredients together, and it's shocking. Like, but they're doing it for to reduce their costs. What we do is the exact opposite. We're 100% handcrafted, and we follow the ancestral recipe to the slightest detail. We haven't reinvented the wheel. We basically took a 4,000-year-old recipe and reapplied it, and that's it. And from our talks with the hotels, they are very interested. Now we're just in the we launched the liquid soap yesterday, exactly yesterday in Las Vegas. So now we are initiating the talks where we left them back in March, and they are very interested. Yes.
Cool. Manuela is also proposing you to introduce you to a manufacturer, a producer of lemons, who has a similar product, if I understand correctly. But I'll let you take that offline.
Yes, sure, definitely. I just took notes here.
The other question from Garvin is Garvin from Uganda is, do you also have soap cleansers?
Soap cleansers. Sorry, say that again.
The question is, are any of the soaps cleansers?
Yes, so basically, we could go into the details of what each soap does, but we have a soap for the face. We also have soap for full body wash for the hair. Every essential oil has different benefits that could be used on any part of the body. Because it's a natural soap, it doesn't dry out the skin. It really nourishes it, because olive oil by itself is naturally rich in omegas, vitamins, glycerin, and antioxidants. We will eventually go down the road of marketing our soaps, each essential oil for a specific use, such as, for example, a makeup remover, such as one to treat acne, one to like whatever, everything that will be used and is required on the market. We haven't done so so far because of the regulations in each country. Like, you can't claim, for example, that you treat eczema in the US if you don't have the proof that it does. We have started the clinical testing. The process will take around 7 to 8 months. Once we have the results, we can start publishing them, and we will use them in our marketing efforts. But yes, that soap can be used on the face, can be used on a full body wash, can be used on the hair, can be used anywhere. Like, our ancestors have used it for 4,000 years, and it worked wonders for them. And that's the only reason why the recipe stood the test of time. If synthetics really did their job, people would not go back to bar soaps, and specifically to natural soaps.
Awesome. I agree with you, and I have used your soap. I've tried it, and I find it amazing. There's another comment from Srihashar, UK, our IT geek and guru. So he asked the question: can we create a market space?
Just to clarify the question, what do you mean by market space? Like a website?
Okay, so when I say create a market space, is that can we create, can we launch your product in different regions?
Online.
In different regions online, or different with other resellers? Is that what you mean?
No, with other resellers, with other top brands in the local area in the UK or any other part of the world.
Yes, exactly. So that is what we are. We are a B2B. So, for example, in the US, we have launched with Glosswire and Very Shop and One Beauty, and those are the largest cosmetic online resellers. We are a B2B at the end of the day. So yes, it's a definite yes. And we also offer private labeling. So now for the hotels, it's going to be a private label. We also have been asked, and we're doing it, by the way. We're doing it for a client in Dubai. We're doing it for a client in Kuwait. We do private labels. It's fine. It's perfectly fine for us.
Okay, lovely. Yeah.
Great. Is there any other last question for Georgie? If there's no question, or while the question is being formulated, I'll just let you know if you have any questions on Le Joyau d'Olive. You can contact me, and I relay that to Georgie. That's Dirk at. Actually, you need to write Switzerland at globalbusiness.group. That'd be awesome to get lots of questions and requests. So don't hesitate. Just waiting for the last question. Go ahead, Lulanka. Last questions. We have 30 seconds.
Okay. Hi, Georgie. You have a lovely, lovely product. I'm very impressed by your product. I'm certainly going to put it up as an opportunity to some of my other groups. And what I would like to find out from you is if people do private label, what is your minimum order quantity or minimum order value? Do you work on a quantity or a value that's workable for you?
Okay, so both of them are workable for us because 100% of our production is handcrafted. It's not that I have a machine and I have to run it for a minimum order of 5,000, which is fine. So we typically don't place minimum orders because we have a vested interest of our partners to also be able to launch the market. Once our quantities, then we'll renegotiate the contracts. But in any case, we like to push other. We're B2B. Our success depends on the success of our partners.
Okay, so you can start small and then build up from there.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Awesome. That was again another great business day.
Thanks for joining in. We'll see you at the same time next week. In the meantime, be sure to check out our website, www.globalbusiness.group. The Global Business Group, making international business easy.